In 1968, Plymouth built a muscle car that didn't need wings, stripes, or gimmicks. No cartoon graphics. No excuses. Just big steel, big torque, and big attitude. This was muscle for adults. Muscle with manners, until you pressed the throttle. This is the story of the 1968 Plymouth GTX. The gentleman's muscle car that hit like a heavyweight. 1. The muscle car boom. By the late 1960s, America was drowning in horsepower. GTOs, Chevelles, Roadrunners, cheap speed was everywhere. But Plymouth saw a gap in the market. What if muscle didn't have to be loud in appearance? What if power came wrapped in refinement? That idea became the GTX. Gran Turismo Extra. 2. Born from the Belvedere. The GTX was based on the Belvedere platform. But everything about it was upgraded. Standard V8 power. Heavy-duty suspension. Upgraded brakes. Refined interior. This wasn't a stripped street fighter like the Roadrunner. This was muscle for buyers who wanted speed and sophistication. 3. 1968, the redesign year. 1968 was huge for Plymouth. The GTX received a full redesign with the new Coke bottle body shape. Wide hips, aggressive stance, and a powerful presence without screaming for attention. Hidden headlights. Clean lines. Minimal badging. The GTX didn't shout. It stared you down. 4. The image. GTX owners weren't kids looking to race stoplights. They were professionals. Veterans. Men who wanted power without looking desperate for attention. Parked next to flashy muscle cars. The GTX looked calm. Parked alone. It looked dangerous. 1. Standard and optional engines. Unlike most muscle cars, the GTX came standard with serious power. Standard engine. 440 CI Super Commando V8. 375 horsepower. Massive torque delivery. Optional engine. 426 HEMI V8. Officially 425 horsepower, widely underrated. NASCAR-derived engineering. One of the most legendary engines ever built. No base 6-cylinder. No small V8. Every GTX meant business. 2. Transmissions. 4-speed manual, Hurst shifter. 3-speed torque flight automatic. Most collectors today hunt for 4-speed HEMI GTX, the holy grail. 3. Performance numbers. 440 GTX. 0 to 60 miles per hour, 5.7 seconds. Quarter mile, 14.0 seconds. 426 HEMI GTX. 0 to 60 miles per hour, 5.3 seconds. Quarter mile, 13.5 seconds. These were luxury numbers, with street racing brutality. 4. Chassis and handling. Heavy-duty torsion bar suspension. Upgraded sway bars. Strong rear differential. Better balance than many competitors. The GTX wasn't a corner carver. But for its size, it was shockingly composed. 5. Production numbers. 1968 Plymouth GTX production, 18,000 units. Estimated breakdown. 440 powered, majority. 426 HEMI, 400 units. This rarity is a big reason values continue to climb. 6. Market value today. 440 GTX, $70,000 to $120,000. Clean restored 440, $130,000 to $170,000. 426 HEMI GTX, $250,000 to $400,000 plus. Documentation and originality are everything. 1. Muscle without immaturity. The GTX proved you didn't need decals or spoilers to be fast. It respected restraint. It trusted its engine to speak for itself. That confidence is why the GTX aged so well. 2. The driving experience. Owners described the GTX as effortless. You didn't rev it hard. You didn't thrash it. You rolled into the throttle. And the car surged forward like a freight train. No drama. Just domination. 3. The sound of authority. The deep rumble of a 440 or HEMI GTX isn't flashy. It's authoritative. It sounds like control. Like confidence. Like power that doesn't need to prove itself. 4. Why it was overlooked back then. The Roadrunner was cheaper. Flashier. More youthful. The GTX cost more, and that scared some buyers away. But time corrected that mistake. Today, collectors understand exactly what the GTX was. A perfectly balanced muscle car. 5. Why the 1968 GTX still matters. Because it represents maturity in the muscle era. Because it combined performance, comfort, and class. Because it showed restraint. And restraint aged better than excess. The GTX didn't chase trends. It waited. And let history catch up. The 1968 Plymouth GTX wasn't built to impress everyone. It was built for those who understood power. Quiet confidence. Serious engineering. If you appreciate muscle cars with depth, not just noise. Hit subscribe, tap like. And comment which classic deserves the next deep dive. This is American muscle with dignity. And it still hits hard.